We all love a little sweetness in our life, but did you know that some of the sweeteners that you are ingesting or maybe in the foods you're eating are actually the culprit of why you're having liver damage? Absolutely. Well, in this video, we'll discuss the most common silent epidemic going on in your liver called fatty liver disease, what the risk factors are, and at the very end of the video, I'm gonna give you my 4 sweeteners I recommend as a Mayo Clinic trained GI doctor and liver specialist that I want you to use instead so you can protect your liver. If you have fatty liver disease, if you have liver inflammation, if you've been told your liver is irritated, this video is for you. Guys, let's talk about food. Howdy, I'm Dr. Islam. I'm board certified gastroenterologist trained at the Mayo Clinic. Come visit us at lubbockgastro.com for more information about how we can be your partner on your journey for liver health. So why even talk about this? Why do we even worry about the liver? Well, did you know that the number one reason why your liver is failing in the United States is called fatty liver disease? This is now an epidemic going on that virtually no one knows about and no one understands. In fact, I had a patient this week who came to see me who was in liver failure, and she had no idea. She's like, hey, Dr. Islam, my liver, what is going on? Why is it not working? Why am I in failure? I don't drink. I don't have any hepatitis C. What is going on? And I had to explain to her the number one reason why your liver is in cirrhosis or liver failure is because of a condition called fatty liver disease. What is this? Fatty liver disease is when fat accumulates in the liver, and that fat does not want to be there. Your liver does not like fat. And as the fat droplets deposit more and more on the liver, that causes irritation and inflammation to occur, and eventually you develop what's called fibrosis, which is scarring the liver. Once you've had scarring of the liver and it forms, it is very hard to reverse that damage. And the issue when it comes to fatty liver disease and the risk of developing scarring or cirrhosis is that you're not even aware of it. This is why it's the silent killer. And this is why so many patients come to see me who are shocked, who are dismayed, who have no idea what is going on because their liver is not working. It is in failure, they have cirrhosis, and they have no other risk factor than just the fat that accumulates in the liver. This is the number one reason for liver failure and liver cirrhosis in the United States, far more than alcohol and far more than any virus like hepatitis C. So what exactly are the risk factors for fatty liver disease? Well, to be frank with you, it's being fat. And that's pure and simple. If you are fat, if you are obese, or if you have the risk factors associated with that, such as heart failure, diabetes, hypertension, strokes, these are the risk factors for fatty liver disease. And if you have any of the problems associated with obesity, including sleep apnea, then you yourself are also at risk of developing liver failure. And this is why it's very important for you as a patient to take the initiative of your health so you can make sure everything's doing okay. So you're not one of these patients who come see me who are shocked by the fact that their liver is already damaged and there's nothing I can do about that. Now, one of the most common reasons why we have fatty liver disease are the foods that we eat. And we know, and you know, that the foods that we eat are probably not the best thing for our health and for our liver. And unfortunately, excess sugar, especially fructose, can overload the liver and cause the damage to occur. And fructose is in literally everything. It can be in bread, in ketchup, in mayonnaise. It's shocking when you look through an ingredient list and you just see how much fructose is in the foods that we normally eat. In fact, I'll tell you a story of a patient of mine. Let's call him Mike for right now. So Mike was a middle-aged man, father of 2, who was living kind of a normal life, and he actually considered himself healthy. He wasn't overweight, he exercised occasionally, he drank the occasional alcohol, nothing crazy. By doing a routine blood check by his PCP determined that his liver was inflamed and irritated, and a subsequent ultrasound confirmed that he had a tremendous amount of fat in his liver to the point where there was concern that he actually may have early cirrhosis. So he came to see me, obviously worried and freaked out because he did not want his liver to be damaged. So I just kind of did a deep dive in terms of his daily routine. What is he exactly eating? And this is where the scary part is, because in his daily eating, you can see exactly where the fructose and the excess sugar was accumulating in his liver. So for example, for morning, he had a fruit smoothie made with packaged juice. Here you go. You see it? You hear that right there? There's one. He had a healthy granola for snack. He had sweetened iced tea for lunch. He had ketchup and barbecue sauce for dinner when he had some steak. And he had the occasional soda and dessert to unwind. But these small little accumulations of excess sugar accumulated over time to cause permanent damage in his liver. So sugar like fructose is entirely processed in the liver. And so when you consume too much of that, that will overwhelm the liver's capability to detoxify and to get rid of that fructose. And so it just accumulates more and more in the liver to cause damage. Then you add on top of there some of the other sugars that may be there and the other fats, in the foods that he's eating that just multiplies the damage of what's going on inside that liver. So does his routine just sound like yours? Because it does for a lot of my patients. And so one of the easiest things you can do, and the simplest thing you can do, is to substitute the sweeteners in your diet to make it easy for your liver. Here are the 4 sweeteners that I have found to be best for your liver that does not cause the damage that can occur with other sweeteners. First one is stevia. So stevia is a natural sweetener that comes from the stevia plant, and it is a fantastic option when it comes to liver health. Number one, it's got 0 calories, so it does not spike your insulin levels whenever you ingest it. And that's where the issue comes in for a lot of these sweeteners. As you spike your insulin levels, that can cause your liver to be overburdened and cause the storage of fat and sugar in your liver and other areas as well. And number 2, it actually tastes pretty good. And so what I would recommend is to have foods that either have stevia as a sweetener or add in stevia to yourself. So for me, for example, in my coffee, I like it, not all the way black. So I'll add in stevia in my coffee to give me the sweeteners, because I know I'm not adding any calories, but I also know it's not going to give me the insulin spike that's going to cause damage to my liver. Number 2 is monk fruit. Monk fruit is a fantastic sweetener that's very effective when it comes to helping out with your liver, but not adding damage to your liver. This sweetener comes from a small melon native to Southeast Asia. And the good thing about monk fruit is that it's also packed with antioxidants. It also has 0 sugar and 0 carbs as well. So I personally don't like the taste of monk fruit, but some people do. It has a little bit more of a sweeter taste than some of the other artificial sweeteners. But for a lot of my patients, it works great. It's effective, and you may want to consider using this instead of using some of the other sugars to sweeten up your foods. Number 3 is raw honey, which is nature's natural sweetener. Anytime we can use nature and its natural components to help improve what we're eating, that's what I want you to aim for. Because I understand some of these other sweeteners are artificial, they're kind of man-made, and there may be some concerns about that. But using nature's sweeteners may be the best way for you to incorporate the sweetness in your diet. Raw honey is great. It's rich in enzymes. It's rich in antioxidants, but also has anti-inflammatory components as well. But unlike refined sugars, it's less likely to cause blood sugar spikes, which, like I mentioned before, is one of the reasons why you can have damage in the liver. So consider drizzling on oatmeal or some yogurt, maybe even some granola you make at home. Just keep in mind, don't overdo it, because too much of anything cannot be good for you. Then number 4, blackstrap molasses. This is a rich, dark syrup that's what's left over after sugar is processed. But don't worry, because this is also packed with nutrients. It's full of iron, magnesium, and antioxidants, which also help out with the liver's detox process. Plus, it has a lower glycemic index than regular sugar. So once again, add a spoonful of smoothies, baked goods, even marinades to help give you that taste. So my recommendation for you is to pick one. Find which works best for you and find what's gonna be the best thing for your liver. So for my patient, Mike, what I told him is that here's what I want you to do. Number 1, get rid of the regular sodas. Number 2, get rid of these healthy foods that you think are healthy for you. And then number 3, find a substitute sugar that you enjoy and use that instead. That one simple change that I made for his diet made a huge difference with his liver, because 6 months later, that's basically all we did, is that we changed his diet, we added a little bit more exercise, and his liver numbers went to normal, but also more importantly, his liver damage reversed as well. And so if you can make these changes, you have the opportunity to change your liver to make it normal again and to reverse the damage that may be occurring when it comes to your liver. Use these options, enjoy your health, and protect your liver. Guys, thank you for watching. It would mean the world for me if you liked my channel, subscribe to my newsletter, but also more importantly, come see us where we can find out what's going on with your liver, get down to the root cause, and hopefully reverse the damage of what's going on in your liver. Visit LubbockGastro.com for more information where we can see you in person or on telemedicine as well. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you guys on future videos. And if you want more information on what you can do to help out with your liver, I'll give you a link right here, which goes to all the videos I recommend to improve your liver.